Welcome back to Z Coins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history, the 1973 Lincoln Penny, specifically focusing on its mint marks, its incredible market value, and why some of these coins are worth as much as $1.7 million. So, grab your magnifying glass, and let's get started. First, let's take a look at the Lincoln Penny itself. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features a profile of Lincoln on the obverse, while the reverse showcases the iconic wheat stalks until 1959, when the design changed to the Lincoln Memorial. Lincoln pennies have undergone several design changes over the years, but the 1973 cent remains a favorite among collectors due to its historical significance and potential value. Now, let's talk about the mint marks. The 1973 Lincoln Penny was produced in 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each of these mints used a different letter to denote where the coin was produced. Collectors often seek out specific mint marks based on rarity and demand, making the 1973 Lincoln Penny an interesting piece for numismatists. In 1973, a total of about 4.5 billion Lincoln pennies were produced, with Philadelphia minting around 2.3 billion, Denver approximately 2.2 billion, and San Francisco only about 1.2 million coins in proof sets. However, what makes some of these coins exceptionally rare is their condition. A 1973 penny in uncirculated, mint condition, especially with an S mint mark, can fetch astronomical prices among collectors. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value. In recent years, one specific 1973 penny made headlines when it was sold for an astounding $1.7 million. This penny, graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, as PR70 DCM, is the highest grade ever awarded for a 1973 Lincoln cent. The coin's value skyrocketed due to its pristine condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. It proves that sometimes the smallest coins can have the biggest impact. Look for the D or S mint marks. The S mint mark is usually more sought after. Use a magnifying glass to examine the coin for any scratches, blemishes, or wear. Coins in mint condition are far more valuable. If you think you have a rare penny, consider sending it to a professional grading service. A higher grade can significantly increase its market value. Now, let's talk about the current market for the 1973 Lincoln Penny. The numismatic market can fluctuate, so it's crucial to stay informed about the latest trends. As of now, the average value of a standard 1973 penny is just 1 cent, but higher grade examples can range anywhere from $10 to several $1,000s, depending on their condition and rarity. Coin shows and auctions are excellent places to gauge the market and network with other collectors. Make sure to keep an eye on auction results for significant sales. In conclusion, the 1973 Lincoln Penny is not just a piece of change, it's a symbol of American history and a testament to the world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, keeping an eye out for this coin could lead you to some unexpected treasures. Who knows? You might just stumble upon a penny that's worth a fortune. We dive into what makes the 1972 Lincoln Penny worth millions. Let's take a step back and explore its history. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln Penny, was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. By 1972, the Lincoln Penny had already become a common sight in everyday transactions. But it was this particular year's minting that produced some highly sought-after variations, turning an ordinary penny into an extraordinary collector's item. In 1972, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies, and for the most part, they looked like any other penny you'd find today. However, a small number of these pennies had something very special about them, a rare double die error on the obverse side. A double die error occurs when the coin's design is accidentally stamped twice, but slightly off-center, creating a noticeable doubling effect. In the case of the 1972 Lincoln Penny, this doubling is most visible in the words Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1972. You can even spot some doubling in Lincoln's face. This doubling error was unintentional, of course, but it happened early in the minting process before it was caught. As a result, only a few of these flawed coins made their way into circulation. It's this rare minting error that collectors are willing to pay huge sums of money for, especially when the coin is in mint or near mint condition. The value of any collectible coin is determined by several factors: rarity, demand, condition, and historical significance. In the case of the 1972 Lincoln Penny with the double die error, all of these elements come into play. These coins were initially thought to be very rare, but over time, more have been found in circulation, though still only a few thousand exist. The coins that command the highest prices are those in the best condition, known in the coin world as mint state. A high-grade mint state 1972 double die penny can sell for thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. But here's the kicker. A 1972 Lincoln Penny was recently valued at $1.8 million. So what makes this particular coin so valuable? The answer is simple. It's the rarest of the rare. This specific penny was graded as MS67 red, which means it's nearly flawless. Most 1972 double die pennies show some signs of wear or discoloration, but this one was perfectly preserved, making it the holy grail for collectors. The coin collecting community, also known as numismatists, is always on the lookout for rare and unique pieces like this. Online auctions, coin shows, and private sales have seen the value of the 1972 double die Lincoln Penny skyrocket over the years. These pennies aren't just interesting to collectors, they're a part of U.S. history. Every coin tells a story, and the 1972 penny, with its minting error and the journey it's taken through time, is a testament to how small details can make a huge difference. That $1.8 million valuation isn't typical, though. Most 1972 double die pennies won't come close to that number, but they can still fetch you a pretty penny. So you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these valuable 1972 double die pennies in my coin jar or wallet? Here's what to look for. First, grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the word Liberty and In God We Trust. If you notice a doubling effect, especially in the letters, you might have hit the jackpot. The date 1972 is also a crucial area to check for doubling. If you think you've found a double die penny, you'll want to have it professionally graded. There are services like PCGS and NGC that specialize in coin grading, and they can authenticate your coin's condition and rarity. Depending on the grade, a 1972 double die penny can be worth anywhere from a few $100s to several thousand. Coins in lower mint state conditions, those with slight wear but still sharp details, tend to sell for $500 to $2,500. But if you have a high-grade example, you could be looking at $10,000 or more. The current market value of the 1972 Lincoln Penny with the double die error is still strong, thanks to high demand from collectors. While the $1.8 million penny is an exception, the average market price for high-grade coins has remained steady. As of 2024, collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a well-preserved 1972 double die penny, with prices soaring during auctions. Coins graded as red, which indicates a bright copper color, are particularly valuable, while brown or red-brown examples still fetch impressive amounts. With numismatics constantly growing as a hobby and more people getting into coin collecting, the future looks bright for rare coins like this one. Experts believe the value of these pennies could increase over time, especially as fewer mint-condition examples are found. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1972 Lincoln Penny that could be worth up to $1.8 million. If you've got a collection of coins lying around, it might be time to check them carefully. You could be sitting on a small fortune. We're diving into a fascinating piece of numismatic history, the 1974 Lincoln Penny. Not only is this coin an important part of American currency, but some rare variations are valued at an astonishing $1.6 million. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious viewer, stick around as we explore the history, rarity, and current market value of this incredible coin. Let's start by talking about the history of the Lincoln Penny. The Lincoln Penny was first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features a profile of Lincoln, while the reverse originally depicted the wheat sheaves, which were replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. This change reflected the nation's admiration for Lincoln and his contributions. Now, fast forward to 1974. This year was significant for several reasons, both culturally and economically. The United States was facing inflation, and the government had to make adjustments to currency production. In 1974, the U.S. Mint produced a staggering 4.3 billion one-cent coins. However, what makes some of these pennies extraordinarily valuable is not their quantity, but rather the unique minting errors that occurred during production. Most of the 1974 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, while others were struck at the Denver Mint, identifiable by the D Mint mark. However, a few rare coins struck in San Francisco without a mint mark exist, and that's where the magic happens. This unique variation, known as the 1974 Lincoln Penny, is often mistakenly referred to as a penny when, in fact, it has a very interesting story behind it. The 1974 penny was supposed to be a proof coin, but a small number were accidentally released into circulation. This error created a rarity that caught the attention of collectors and numismatists alike. Some of these coins have been graded as high as MS67, which means they are nearly perfect specimens. Now, if you're wondering how to identify a valuable 1974 penny, here are a few key tips. First, look for the mint mark. The Denver Mint Mark D will be on the reverse side of the coin, while the rare San Francisco coin will be completely blank without a mint mark. Additionally, the condition of the coin plays a significant role in its value. Coins graded MS66 or higher can fetch thousands of dollars at auction, while the most pristine examples, like the MS67, can sell for over $1 million. In fact, in recent auctions, a 1974 penny sold for a jaw-dropping $1.6 million, making it one of the most valuable pennies ever sold. Now, you might be asking yourself, what makes a coin so valuable? It all comes down to rarity and demand. When it comes to coins, the rarer they are, the higher the price. Collectors are always on the lookout for unique pieces, especially those with historical significance. The 1974 penny not only has an intriguing backstory, but its accidental release into circulation adds to its mystique. But don't be discouraged if you don't have a 1974 penny lying around. There are still plenty of Lincoln pennies out there that can be worth something. The key is to always check for errors or unique features. Remember, the value of a coin can change based on market conditions and collector interest. Before we wrap up, let's touch on how to get your coins appraised. If you believe you have a valuable 1974 penny or any other rare coin, consider reaching out to a professional numismatist or a reputable coin dealer. They can provide you with a proper evaluation and help you navigate the market. In conclusion, the 1974 Lincoln Penny is more than just pocket change. It's a piece of history that showcases the beauty and complexity of coin collecting. With its unique minting errors and incredible market value, it's a treasure that continues to capture the interest of collectors around the world. Episode is going to be incredibly exciting. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1978 mint-marked Lincoln Penny. Yes, you heard that right. This seemingly ordinary penny is worth a staggering $1.9 million. Stick around as we explore its history, value, and why it's such a hot item in the current market. First, let's take a step back in time to understand the history of the Lincoln Penny. The Lincoln Penny was introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features a portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic wheat ears on the reverse, which was in use until 1958. In 1959, the design was updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial, which stayed until 2008 when the reverse was changed to reflect the Union Shield. The 1978 mint-marked penny is particularly interesting because it marks a period of transition in U.S. coinage. During the late 1970s, the U.S. economy was undergoing significant changes, including rising inflation and shifts in monetary policy. Now, let's talk about the 1978 penny itself. The key here is that not all 1978 pennies are created equal. There are different mint marks to consider: the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use a mint mark, and the Denver Mint, which is marked with a D. While most of these coins are fairly common and only worth their face value, there are exceptions. The most notable is the 1978 S penny, minted in San Francisco. This coin, particularly in uncirculated condition, has garnered attention from collectors and investors alike. The S mint mark is essential because it indicates the coin was produced in a much smaller quantity compared to its counterparts. Now let's get to the big question: how did this coin become worth $1.9 million? The answer lies in its rarity and condition. Most 1978 pennies you find will be worth around 1 cent, or perhaps a few cents if they're in good shape. However, a well-preserved 1978 S penny can fetch anywhere from $1,000 to several million dollars at auction, depending on its grading. Coin grading is crucial for determining value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A 1978 S penny in gem uncirculated condition could reach incredible heights in auctions, especially if it has been authenticated by a reputable grading service. Speaking of auctions, let's talk about the current market trends for the 1978 S Lincoln Penny. Recently, a particularly rare specimen was sold for an astonishing $1.9 million, making headlines and exciting collectors around the globe. Market demand for rare coins has surged, especially among younger collectors who are keen to invest in tangible assets. The rise in values can be attributed to a combination of factors, including scarcity, collector interest, and the overall economic climate. Coins like the 1978 S penny are becoming increasingly sought after, and as more collectors enter the market, the prices continue to rise. Look for the S mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. Examine the coin for scratches, discoloration, or any signs of wear. The better the condition, the more valuable it is. If you think you have a valuable penny, consider getting it graded by a professional. This can significantly enhance its value and marketability. In conclusion, the 1978 mint-marked Lincoln Penny may seem like a common coin, but it has the potential to be worth a fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, it's essential to keep an eye out for these unique coins. You never know what you might find in your pocket change. We're diving deep into a very special coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike, the 1981 Lincoln Penny. You might be surprised to learn that this small piece of copper can be worth an astonishing $1.5 million. So grab your coin collection and let's get started. First, let's talk a bit about the Lincoln Penny itself. The Lincoln penny, also known as the 1-cent piece, has been a staple of American currency since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin was created to honor President Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president, and a pivotal figure in American history. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and it has undergone several design changes over the years. The most well-known design is the one we see today, featuring Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which was used from 1959 until 2008. Now, let's focus specifically on the 1981 Lincoln penny. You may wonder what makes the 1981 version so special. To understand this, we need to talk about mint marks. The mint mark is a letter found on coins that indicates where they were produced. In 1981, pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The pennies produced in Philadelphia have no mint mark, those from Denver have a D mint mark, and those from San Francisco feature an S. Among these, the San Francisco mint-marked pennies are the ones that are of particular interest to collectors, especially the ones made in 1981. But what elevates the value of these coins isn't just their rarity, it's also their condition. Now, why exactly is the 1981 Lincoln penny so valuable? Well, in the world of numismatics, coin collecting, the value of a coin is influenced by its rarity and demand. Most 1981 pennies are worth just 1 cent, but there are a few key variants that can fetch thousands, even millions of dollars. The 1981 S-proof penny, for example, is known for its shiny finish and limited production. Only a few hundred of these coins were released to the public, making them incredibly desirable among collectors. In recent years, a 1981 S-proof penny in perfect condition has been known to sell for as much as $1.5 million. This skyrocketing value is due not only to its rarity, but also the demand among collectors looking to complete their sets. Now, if you're wondering how to determine if you have a valuable 1981 penny, here are a few tips. Look closely to see if it has an S mint mark, indicating it was minted in San Francisco. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins in mint condition can command a significantly higher price. If you suspect you have a valuable penny, consider having it appraised by a professional. They can help you assess its condition and market value. The coin market can fluctuate. Keep an eye on auctions and sales to understand current market trends. In conclusion, the 1981 Lincoln penny, particularly the 1981 S-proof, is not just a piece of currency, but a collector's treasure that can be worth millions. If you come across one, it might be time to check your piggy bank or coin jar. You could be sitting on a gold mine. We're diving into a fascinating piece of numismatic history, the 1983 mint-marked Lincoln penny. Did you know that this penny could be worth as much as $1.4 million? If you're a coin collector or just curious about valuable coins, stay tuned as we uncover the history, rarity, and current market value of this remarkable penny. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny, officially known as the Lincoln 1-cent coin, was first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, this penny features a portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and a wheat ear design on the reverse until 1959, when it was changed to the Lincoln Memorial design. In 1982, due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a new composition for the penny. They switched from 95% copper to a zinc core with a thin copper plating. This change marked a significant evolution in the coin's production, leading us to the pivotal year of 1983. Now, let's talk about the 1983 penny itself. The coins produced that year can be found with 2 distinct mint marks, the P for Philadelphia and D for Denver. While most 1983 pennies are relatively common, there's a specific variety that has collectors buzzing, the 1983 D bronze penny. In 1983, a small number of pennies were accidentally minted with the old bronze composition instead of the new zinc composition. This mistake happened during the transition period, making the 1983 D bronze penny extremely rare and sought after. So how rare is this 1983 D bronze penny? It's estimated that only a handful exist today. In fact, some reports suggest that there are less than 10 known to be in circulation. This rarity is what drives the value sky high. One of these elusive coins sold for an astonishing $1.4 million at auction, capturing the attention of coin collectors and investors alike. That price tag reflects not just its rarity, but also the growing interest in collectible coins as investment assets. If you think you might have a 1983 D bronze penny, here are some tips to help you identify it. The mint mark is located just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. It should be a D for Denver. The standard 1983 penny weighs about 2.5 grams. The bronze version, however, weighs around 3.1 grams. If you have a scale, it's worth measuring. The bronze coins tend to have a different color and luster compared to the zinc pennies, which may look duller and more grayish. Remember, if you believe you have one of these rare pennies, it's wise to have it authenticated by a professional grading service. This can add value and help ensure its authenticity. With the rise in interest surrounding rare coins, it's essential to stay informed about market trends. The value of rare coins like the 1983 D bronze penny can fluctuate based on demand and collector interest. It's always a good idea to follow reputable coin auction sites and market reports. We're diving into a fascinating topic that's sure to excite both collectors and casual observers alike: the 1995 mint mark Lincoln penny. Now, you might think all pennies are created equal, but trust me, there's a lot more to this tiny coin than meets the eye. In fact, some of these pennies are valued at an astounding $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. So, grab your magnifying glasses and let's explore the history, value, and current market trends of the 1995 Lincoln penny. First, let's take a closer look at this coin. The Lincoln penny, also known as the 1-cent coin, has been in circulation since 1909, and it's one of the most iconic coins in American history. The design features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, created by Victor David Brenner, and on the reverse, we see the famous image of the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo. Now, what makes the 1995 Lincoln penny so special? To start, the minting process that year saw a typical output of around 6 billion pennies. However, among them, a rare error coin emerged that has captivated the attention of collectors: the infamous 1995 double die obverse penny. A double die occurs during the minting process when a coin is struck with a die that has been misaligned, resulting in a doubling effect on the coin's design. In the case of the 1995 penny, this means that the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" appear doubled. This error coin is extremely rare, with estimates suggesting that only a few thousand exist. Now, let's talk about value. A typical 1995 Lincoln penny without any mint mark is worth only a few cents, but if you happen to have the double die version, you could be looking at values anywhere from $1,000 to over $1.60 million. The record sale was for a pristine, graded specimen that fetched over $1 million at auction. This just goes to show how significant this error coin is in the numismatic world. Look closely at "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." If the letters appear doubled, you might have a valuable coin. The date should also show some doubling. Pay attention to the top of the 9 and 5 in 1995. If you suspect you have one, consider taking it to a professional coin dealer for authentication. Now, It's important to note that while many coins are being sold online with lofty price tags, not all of them are genuine. There are many counterfeit coins out there, especially with a coin as valuable as this one. Always do your research and get a reliable appraisal if you're considering buying or selling. Speaking of selling, let's talk about the current market trends. The demand for error coins has been rising steadily, and platforms like eBay and auction houses often see heated bidding wars for high-quality specimens. It's essential to stay informed about market conditions if you're in the buying or selling game. Currently, the market is seeing values ranging from $2,000 to $1.60 million, depending on the coin's condition and whether it's been professionally graded. Coins in mint condition with high grades, such as MS66 or higher, tend to fetch the highest prices. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye out for the 1995 Lincoln Penny, especially if you spot that doubling. It could be your ticket to an impressive return on investment. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin-related content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you found any valuable coins in your change? I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep hunting for those hidden treasures. Bye.